Alright, so right now we are going to learn what type of questions that a data science can answer. Now we are going to start with something called supervised learning and unsupervised learning. I'm pretty sure you can know that from the title of this video. But let me tell you, now we are talking about machine learning. So what type of questions that a data science can answer? Let's pick the first one. The first one is this A or B? What do you mean by that? Okay, will this customer renew their subscription? Let's say I work as a data scientist in a Netflix company. Okay, and let's say I have a bunch of data and I want to know if this customer is going to renew his subscription or not. So the answer is going to be yes or no, 0, 1, A or B. So these type of questions are called binary classification. I'm classifying and we call it binary because there are only two. Okay, so these type of questions are called binary. So yes or no, 0 or 1, A or B are called binary. Another example, is this an image of a cat or dog? Let's say I have two folders here. One is for cats and one is for dogs. And I have, let's say, 1000 images of each. And I'm gonna throw it, both of them, into the machine learning algorithms. And I want the algorithm to tell me if, he's going to take these images and he's going to learn it, and then I'm going to give him a new image. Okay, and I want the machine learning algorithms to tell me if this is a cat or a dog, 0 or 1, A or B. So this is another example for binary classification. Same thing here. If I have an store like Amazon or eBay, which one will bring me more customers? If I give them a coupon which is going to detect $5, or should I give him a coupon that's going to detect 25% of the total of his checkout? So I want to know which one is going to bring me more customers, this one or this one, 0, 1, A, B. Get it? If this person got a diabetes or not. Yes, no. Yes, he got diabetes. No, he didn't get the diabetes. So these type of questions are called binary classification, and binary classification is a section of classification from supervised learning. I wanted to explain the binary classification first, and then I'm going to come here to this image. So we have something called machine learning, and the machine learning we have instead of two, this is 1 and this is 2, we have 3 and 4, but I'm gonna only cover only 2. I'll tell you why. The third one is called semi-supervised learning. Semi-supervised. Okay, and I'm not gonna explain it because we're not supposed to know it, because this is an introductory course. Basically it means that half of the data is supervised and half of the data is unsupervised. Okay, what is supervised, what is unsupervised, we're going to learn it in more details in the upcoming slides, so just stay with me. Okay, and the fourth one is called reinforcement learning. And reinforcement learning is something is more discussed in robotics and in artificial intelligence itself. But in real data science, most of the things is going to be only supervised and unsupervised, or sometimes maybe semi-supervised. So we're going to just don't talk about these two, and only on this one, because these are more common. So we have supervised learning and we have unsupervised learning. The first question is gonna come up in your mind. It's gonna be like, okay, what is a supervised learning and what is unsupervised learning, and what is classification and what is regression and what is clustering? Okay, so I will explain supervised learning in details in the next slide, so just bear with me. Okay, I just explained what is a classification. Now classification, when the output is gonna be categorical, which is yes or no. In compute, when you're gonna do it, it's gonna be 0 or 1, and 0 and 1 are numbers, not categorical. But these zeros and 1 represent yes or no. 0 will represent yes, and 1 will represent no, and or maybe opposite in some cases. But you get the idea. When the output is yes or no type of questions, or A or B, then we call this one classification. And if it's only 0 and 1, only 2, we call it binary classification. If it's more than that, we call it multi-class classification. Okay, so now we know what is a classification. If the output is categorical and it's a form of 0 and 1, it's going to be, if it's only one, I mean it's only two categoricals, it's going to be binary classification. If it's more than 2, for example, I want to know if this image is cat and dog or bat. So now we have 3. It's not binary classification, it's called multi-class classification. We'll get to that, okay, later on. But for now, you have to know that classification is a subset of supervised learning. And when the output is categorical, we call it classification. And if the output was 2 outputs, or categorical of 2 outputs, it's going to be binary classification. These are the things that I want you to know from this slide. That's it, okay? What about regression? If the output instead of categorical is number, then we will call this one regression. How? I want to predict prices for a bunch of houses. Let's say I work in a real estate company and I got some data for a bunch of houses around New York City, for example, and I made a model out of this this data, and there is a new palace or building is gonna build in some type of in some district in New York, and I wanna know of how much it's gonna cost. So the output is gonna be price, right? So the output is gonna be price. Price is a number, then it's a regression. How many new followers will I get next week? If I have a YouTube channel and I keep producing a bunch of viral videos, I want to predict that how many new followers will I get if every day I'm getting, let's say, 100 to 180 followers. I want to know how many new followers I'm going to get next week if I keep doing it. And say I'm pretty sure that most of you are using smartphones. I'm pretty sure some of you are watching this course on a smartphone. You're going to have a widget or an app called weather, and that the one that we discussed earlier here, this one. So the output is going to be what? Temperature, right? It's going to be temperature, and then we're going to have a categorical here, cloudy, whatever. If the outlook was cloudy and sunny and rainy, 3, let's say we have 3, since the output is text, is going to be what? Categorical. But if it's temperature, it's going to be what? Regression. So what will be the temperature next Tuesday? This is a regression problem. What about unsupervised learning? And what is unsupervised learning? What is clustering? We're going to learn it in the next video. Okay, before I go, we have supervised learning. Okay, we have supervised learning. In supervised learning, if the output was categorical, then it's classification. If the output was numbers, then it's regression. If the output was yes or no, then it's binary classification. That's all I want you to know in this slide. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.